Hello dear students, welcome to my class. Today I am going to discuss the first chapter of class 11th, that is the living world. Now before that, up to 10th standard, you have studied science as an integrated course. Now from 11th onwards, you will be studying this science as a separate branch like physics, chemistry and biology. So आपको अलग-अलग branches में पढ़ना है. तो first of all, I will tell you something about biology. What is biology? Okay, so biology is a Greek word. What is biology? Biology is a Greek word. Bio means life and logos means study. Means it is a branch of science which deals with the study of life, the living organism. Or we can say it is a story of life on earth. It is a story how evolution occurred. It is about interrelationship to know the relationship between the present generation and with the past or the future. So it is a very interesting subject. Now I would like to highlight something about your syllabus also. The first chapter, that is the living world, it is your first unit, that is the diversity. It contains 4 chapters and the living world is the first chapter, then animal kingdom, plant kingdom, the second chapter is biological classification, then animal kingdom, plant kingdom. 4 chapters are there. Earlier these unit carries 7 marks, but now it is 15 marks. So this unit is very important. In that, today we will discuss about some topics of the living world. Now, the living world. When we say about the living means life, and we cannot define living in a single sentence or a single term. When we define living, we look for certain distinctive characters which are exhibited by the living organisms. जैसे ही आपके माइंड में लिविंग आता है, आप क्या सोचते हैं? आप कुछ कैरेक्टर्स के बारे में सोचते हैं, and then you start distinguishing it from a non-living thing. So what are the characters that promptly come into your mind? The unique features which come into our mind are growth, reproduction, consciousness, etc. So we can say the objects which show growth, which show reproduction, which have consciousness is said to be living organism. Okay, so now we will discuss about certain characters of the living organism. Now what are the characters of living organism? We will discuss the important characters of the living organisms. They are growth, reproduction, metabolism, cellular organization, consciousness. We will separately we will see one by one. First we will see growth. Now we know every living organism grow. What is actually growth? Growth is permanent and irreversible. Permanent and irreversible increase in the size or the number of the cell, the size of the organ or the individual. So which is accompanied by increase in number and mass. So the twin features of growth is increase in number and increase in mass. In plants, जो plants है, in plants certain cells are there which are present towards the apical portion. These cells are known as meristematic and they tend to divide throughout their lifetime. So in plants, the growth is throughout life. Means we can say the growth is unlimited. Growth is unlimited. But when we come to animals, it is up to certain age. एक पर्टिकुलर एज तक ही ग्रोथ होता है, उसके बाद में ग्रोथ स्टॉप हो जाता है. लेकिन प्लांट्स में क्या होता है? अनलिमिटेड ग्रोथ होता है. ओके, नाउ how this growth occurs? Growth occurs by cell division. This is very important. Growth कैसे हो रहा है? By cell division. Means the cells are dividing and they are increasing in number. Okay, and here the division जो होता है, जो division actually cell division, two types of cell division are there. One is mitosis and the other is meiosis. So this mitosis and meiosis, one separate chapter is there on cell division, that in details we will study in that. But here only I will tell something in brief, very brief. So cell division जो है दो तरह के हैं, mitosis and meiosis. और यहाँ जो growth हो रहा है, जो cell division जो होता है यहाँ पे growth का, that is mitosis division. माइटोसिस डिवीजन से जो है ग्रोथ हो रहा है. Here one cell is dividing into two cells. Suppose a diploid cell is there. So diploid cell है तो equal number of chromosome. If it is haploid, suppose वो haploid है तो haploid. Okay, so equal number of chromosome, same set of chromosome will be distributed. So growth जो है it is occurring by cell division. Which type of cell division? Mitosis cell division. And also this mitosis division helps in repair of the cells. हमारे जो cells जो burn हो गए हैं, tear off हो गए हैं, that also repairing is also done by mitosis. In living organism, the growth is internal. Growth क्या है? Internal है. That is internally by accumulation of materials and the increase in the number of cells. Now we have said that living organisms grow, but we cannot say that the growth is the defining property of the living organism, because some non-living things also accumulate substances on their outer surfaces and they grow in size. Okay, then so in living organism growth is internal, but in non-living organisms they grow by accumulation of substances on their outer surface. So we cannot say that growth is the defining property of the cell. So hope you have understood what is growth. Now we will see the next characters, that is the reproduction. Reproduction. This is again a very important characters of living organism. Reproduction. Every living organism reproduce. The word itself has the meaning reproduce, means they are producing their own kind. So what is reproduction? Reproduction is the production of progeny similar to parents. Similar to parents. जो भी प्रोजेनी प्रोड्यूस होगा they are similar to parents. Okay, for example, a dog giving birth to puppies, a cat giving birth to kittens, like that. This reproduction is of two type. जो reproduction है, दो तरह की reproduction है. Asexual and sexual. Reproduction is of two types, asexual and sexual. Asexual reproduction, the name itself, it is without the involvement of the sex organs or the formation of the gametes. And here the gametes are not, means there is no fusion of the gametes, there is no formation of zygote, and a single parent is involved. So the first single parent. Asexual reproduction means a single parent is involved. No gamete formation. No fusion of gametes. Fusion of gametes नहीं हो रहा है. Zygote. not formed, zygote भी नहीं बन रहा है. Okay, a individual giving rise to a similar individual. Okay, for example, in the lower classes you have studied budding in yeast. Yeast में जो budding होता है, just this is the yeast, a small outgrowth will come and then finally it will detach from the plant body and it will live as a separate life. Similarly, fragmentation in filamentous algae. जो filamentous algae है, they will be cut into many fragments and each fragments will grow independently. So a single parent is giving rise to a new individual without involving the sex organs, or the gametes are not formed and also the zygote is not formed here. But in sexual reproduction, distinct male and female are there. Distinct male and female are there, means biparental. It may be uniparental, means a single parent may have both the sex. It may be biparental or it may be uniparental, but both the sex organs are involved, that is the male sex organ and the female sex organ. The male and the female sex organ produces the male gamete and female gamete. It is followed by fusion of gametes. Gametes are fusing, the male and the female gametes. Then it results into a product, diploid product, that is zygote, and the zygote is further developing into a new individual. So this is the differences between the asexual and the sexual. But if we see both mode of reproduction, that is the asexual and the sexual, asexual reproduction is very faster and it takes time, but the better mode of reproduction is the sexual mode of reproduction. Why? Because in asexual reproduction there is no genetic variability, because same parent is involved, same parent is forming the new individual, the same genetic makeup is there in the individual. But when we see the sexual reproduction, here two gametes, that is male gamete and the female gametes are involved. So two genetic combinations are there. The zygote is a recombinant, so genetic variation is there. So you can also add one more point in this. In asexual reproduction, no genetic variation, whereas in sexual reproduction there is genetic variation. So this genetic variation, ये जो variation है, it is a raw material for evolution and it helps the organism to adapt better to the environment, and that's why we say sexual reproduction is a better mode of reproduction. And if we see the significance of the reproduction ensures continuity of life on earth. Without reproduction there is no continuity of life on earth. So reproduction ensures continuity of life on earth. So this is a distinguishing character, or this is a defining character, because non-living things do not reproduce, but the living thing reproduce. And what are the types of reproduction? Asexual and sexual reproduction. So the next character is metabolism. Now what is metabolism? All living organisms are made of chemicals, small and big. They are constantly made and changed into some other biomolecules. Okay, so inside our body these chemicals are there and they are constantly made or changed into other biomolecules. These conversions are known as chemical reactions, and sum total of these reactions is called metabolism. See, in our body, in the living system, various types of chemicals are there, which may be smaller or bigger. These chemicals are constantly being made. They are either made or they are changed. Okay, they are constantly made or they are changed into some other biomolecules. So these chemicals, though when they are made and when they are changed into some other biomolecules, means certain reactions are taking place inside our body. These reactions are known as metabolic reaction, or they are known as metabolic reactions, or they are known as chemical reactions. Sum total of all the chemical reactions which are occurring inside the body. Sum total, जितने भी केमिकल रिएक्शंस बॉडी के अंदर में होते हैं, सारा जो सम टोटल है सारे रिएक्शंस को हम बोलते हैं मेटाबॉलिज्म, विच इज अ defining characters of a living organism. That is, all living organism, they shows metabolism. That is, chemical reactions are taking place inside the living system. Now this metabolism is of two types. दो तरह के metabolic reactions होते हैं. One is anabolism and the other is catabolism. Anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism means building up, or we can say synthesis. Just उसका opposite catabolism, breaking down. So anabolism means, what is metabolism? Metabolism means the chemical reactions, जितने भी chemical reactions body के अंदर में हो रहे हैं, that is metabolism. So ये chemical reactions दो तरह के हैं, एक anabolic है और एक catabolic है. Anabolic means it is synthesis, building up. It means smaller substances, they are combining to form a larger chemical substances. So this type of reaction, metabolic reaction, is constructive. यानी कि यहाँ पे छोटा small molecules is converting into big. Small से क्या बन रहा है? Big बन रहा है. Okay. Just opposite catabolism क्या है? Breaking down reaction है. Breakdown. Here, so breakdown means it is known as destructive. यहाँ पे destruction हो रहा है, यानी कि large substances they are broken down into smaller substance. Large small में convert हो रहा है. यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? Small large में convert हो रहा है, यहाँ पे large small में convert हो रहा है. Now if you think about certain example, हम यहाँ पे क्या example सोच सकते हैं? That is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis जो है, it is a anabolic reaction. Photosynthesis क्या है? Anabolic. You know photosynthesis? छोटे क्लास में आप पढ़ चुके हैं photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a mechanism in green plants where the plants prepare their own food with the help of sunlight and smaller substances. So what are these small substances? That is carbon dioxide, water. In presence of sunlight, they are preparing C6H12O6. Okay, chlorophyll and sunlight. So here smaller giving rise to larger, that is glucose or the carbohydrate. Now when we come to the catabolic reaction is just opposite it. It means here breakdown. Larger substances are broken down into smaller substances. Example, respiration में क्या हो रहा है? The food is broken down and in presence of oxygen and carbon dioxide and water is released and the energy is released. So just इसका opposite है food, यानी कि carbohydrate in presence of oxygen break down हो रहा है carbon dioxide and water में, just reverse है. So हमारे body के अंदर में inside the living organisms certain reactions, various types of chemical reactions are constantly done, and these sum total of the constant these reactions are known as metabolism. Two type of metabolic reactions are there. One is building up where the synthesis is taking place, and the other breakdown. In synthesis, smaller molecules are combining to form a larger, and in breaking down, larger molecules are broken down into smaller substances. Okay, so hope you have understood the topic metabolism. Next characters, we will come to the next character. The next character is cellular organization. Now what is cellular organization? Cellular organization, it means all living organisms, they are from simple to highly complex, they all are made up of one or more type of cells. When the organism is made up of one cell, it is known as unicellular. when it is made up of more than one cell, it is known as multicellular. So every living organism is made up of cell. What is cell? Cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Cell क्या है? It is a unit of life. One cell है तो हम बोलते हैं unicellular. For example, amoeba, paramecium, euglena, etc. And if more than one cell है तो हम बोलते हैं multicellular. Further, ये जो cell है, it is again organized. जो cell है, cell is the smallest unit. Then the cells are organized into tissues, tissues into organ, organ into organ system, and finally organism. जो living organisms है, living things है, they are organized. The cells organized into tissue, tissues organized into organ, organ into organ system, and finally organism. और इसीलिए हम इनको organism बोलते हैं because they are organized. So this is cellular organization. The next characters is the consciousness. Consciousness means it is the self-awareness. Consciousness मतलब क्या है? Self-awareness. It is the ability to sense the surrounding or environment and respond to the environment. Okay. So when a living organism is there, so environment is there, so that environment जो है वो it is acting as a stimulus. वो environment क्या काम कर रहा है? वो एक stimulus की तरह काम कर रहा है. And this stimulus may be in the form of, it may be biological, it may be physical, or it may be chemical. ये कोई भी रूप में हो सकता है. Physical हो सकता है, chemical हो सकता है, या biological भी हो सकता है. Okay. So when an organism get a stimulus, so it will act or it will respond to that particular stimulus, and this visible changes in that organism is known as the response. So consciousness, we can also say it is response to stimuli. It is response to stimuli. हम क्या कर रहे हैं? Environment is acting as a stimuli, and against that what we are doing? We are responding. For example, आपके हाथ में just एक पिन चुभ जाता है. पिन चुभ जाता है तो क्या करते हैं आप हाथ को विड्रॉ कर लेते हैं. या गर्म चाय गिर गया है तो आप क्या करते हैं? हाथ को विड्रॉ कर लेते हैं. तो ये जो विड्रॉल है, हमारा पोजीशन भी चेंज हो रहा है. ये जो विड्रॉल है, इट इज नथिंग बट इट इज अ रिस्पॉन्स. और वो चाय या वो पिन जो है, it is a stimulus. So every living organism, they sense their surrounding, they are aware of their surrounding. The living organism, the higher group, or for example the human beings and all, we sense the surrounding by our sense organs. हम कैसे करके sense करते हैं? Sense organs से sense करते हैं. But the plants जो है, plants they do not have sophisticated sense organ. Plants में sense organs नहीं होते हैं sophisticated. They do not have sophisticated sense organs. They respond to the external factors like temperature, light, water, pollutants, etc. So they are responding to that external factors. For example, folding of leaf is Mimosa pudica. आपने touch me not plant देखा है? जैसे आप उसको touch करते हैं तो क्या होता है? Leaves ऐसे fold हो जाते हैं. So that folding of the leaf is what? It is the response. And that touch is the stimulus. External जो stimulus है वो touch है, और वो उसके response में क्या कर रहा है? उसकी leaves fold हो जा रहे हैं. So every living organism, it is they are aware of the surrounding and they react or they prompt to that particular surrounding. So dear students, so we have studied what are the characters of the living organism. So क्या क्या characters थे? That is growth, then reproduction, metabolism, cellular organization, and finally consciousness. Now we know that there are vast types of living organism around us. हमारे चारों तरफ हम तरह तरह के living organisms देखते हैं. So these different varieties of living organisms around us is known as biodiversity. Biodiversity. Bio means living, diversity means varieties of living organism. So the various kinds and types of living organisms around us is known as biodiversity. And according to IUCN जो है International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, that till now nearly about 1.7 to 1.8 million species have been discovered, and nearly 1 million, more than 1 million species are till yet to be discovered. So many species or so many organisms are there, and varieties of these living organisms are there. Now these living organisms, ये जो living organisms है, these all living organisms are known by the local name in our own area. हम इन plants और animals को कैसे करके जानते हैं? Local name से जानते हैं. And this local names जो है, it varies from place to place, region to region within the country. So एक ऑर्गेनिज्म, किसी भी एक ऑर्गेनिज्म को आप ले लीजिए तो उसके बहुत सारे नाम हो जाते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आप एक मैंगो ले लीजिए. मैंगो को हम बंगाली में कुछ और बोलेंगे, तमिल में कुछ और बोलेंगे, मलयाली में कुछ और बोलेंगे. अलग अलग लैंग्वेजेस में हम मैंगो को क्या बोल रहे हैं, अलग अलग नाम दे रहे हैं. सो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? सो एक ऑर्गेनिज्म के कितने नाम हो जा रहे हैं? Multiple names. So if we remember, and it is very impossible for any person to remember the names of different languages. हम एक ऑर्गेनिज्म या एक चीज का 10 नाम हम याद नहीं कर सकते. Hence there is a need for uniform system of nomenclature. इसीलिए क्या है, इस नेमिंग को स्टैंडर्डाइज करने की जरूरत पड़ी. नेम हम जो किसी भी ऑर्गेनिज्म को जो नेम देंगे, इसको एक स्टैंडर्डाइज करना है कि each organism is known by a single name throughout the world. जो वो ऑर्गेनिज्म है वो एक ही नाम से सारे जगह में एक ही नाम से जाना जाए. So that is known as nomenclature. Nomenclature. What is nomenclature? Nomenclature means giving name, or giving scientific name to an organism. Okay. Giving name to an organism. और ये जो name है, this name, it is based on certain agreed principles and criteria. And for plants के लिए जो है, it is based on ICBN, International Code for Botanical Nomenclature, and for animals ICZN. Animals के लिए ICZN है. Okay. Now नाम जो है, we are giving a name. ये जो name है, this name follows certain rules. ये जो names है, this name consists of two parts. जो scientific name है, it has two parts. दो parts होते हैं each name के. Each name has two components. दो components है इस name के. One is the generic name, and second is the specific epithet. Specific epithet. Each name has two components. Generic name, which is also known as genus, हम इसको genus बोलते हैं. Specific epithet, species. Okay. So each name has two components, and system of providing name with two components is known as binomial nomenclature. Binomial nomenclature. Binomial means two. Bi का मतलब होता है two. Nomenclature means naming. So we are गिविंग टू कंपोनेंट्स, एक नेम में हम दो कंपोनेंट ऐड कर रहे हैं, एक उसका जीनस है और दूसरा क्या है, स्पीशीज है. एंड सच सिस्टम ऑफ नॉमेनक्लेचर वाज गिवन बाय कैरोलस लिनायस. Carolus Linnaeus, who is also known as the father of taxonomy, जिनको father of taxonomy भी बोला जाता है. Okay, so why there is a need for naming? Because it is very impossible to memorize all the names, because if a organism is known by the local name, it is very impossible to memorize all the names. So there is a need for standardizing, and then came the nomenclature, that is giving a scientific name so that each organism is known by one name throughout the world. That is known as nomenclature. And then in name also, the name consists of two parts, which is the modified form. So this two components, the first component is the generic name and the second component is a specific epithet. Generic name is also known as genus, specific epithet also known as species. So each name is consisting of two parts, the genus and the species, and such system of nomenclature is known as binomial nomenclature, and this system of nomenclature is followed throughout the world, and this was given by Carolus Linnaeus. Okay. So binomial nomenclature means giving the name two components. Now there are certain rules for writing this nomenclature or the giving scientific name. Now we will see the rules of nomenclature. The first is that they are derived from Latin and they are written in italics. These biological names are derived from Latin word and they are written in italics font. Italics font में लिखा जाता है. They has two components, that is the genus and the species. The third rule is that the genus always starts with a capital letter and the species starts with a small letter. For example, Mangifera indica. This is the scientific name of mango. So M, that is the starting letter of the genus, starts with a capital letter and the species starts with the small letter. This is the correct way. अगर यहाँ पे आप capital कर देते हैं तो वो wrong है. Okay, so this is the correct way. Then the third is, if they are handwritten, अगर वो handwritten है, they should be separately underlined. और if printed, अगर वो printed है तो वो italics font में होगा, just to indicate their Latin origin. So these are certain rules and we have to follow these rules while writing this scientific name. Okay. In this class we have studied what are the characters of the living organism, then about the naming of the living organism, the nomenclature and certain rules of nomenclature. So in the next class we will deal with the other topics of this chapter. Till now, thank you students. Bye bye. Stay safe.